We've all seen the footage on the evening news of dramatic Coast Guard rescues, but we decided to come to Coast Guard Base Cape Cod to meet some of the people who are risking their lives to save others.
Check complete and solar's going down.
The Coast Guard 1st District covers waters from northern New Jersey to the Canadian border. In 2020, they responded to nearly 2,400 search and rescue cases.
We carry about 600 miles worth of gas on the aircraft.
Lieutenant Commander Dan Riley pilots these MH-60 Jayhawks, which fly in the most dangerous weather.
These H-60 helicopters have flown in every single hurricane for the last 20 years.
Each Jayhawk carries a 4-person team, 2 pilots, a flight mechanic, and a rescue swimmer.
It's a massive Coast Guard team effort, a tremendous amount of folks to gather the data and the information to allow us to get on scene. We're mandated with a 30-minute launch window.
That's 30 minutes to assess a case and prepare to leave from this air station on Buzzards Bay. Petty Officer 2nd Class Brian Notice is a rescue swimmer. Petty Officer 3rd Class Brendan Burnett is a flight mechanic. His critical duties include hoisting the rescue swimmer and any survivors, as well as directing pilots where to best position the helicopter.
So I'll attach myself right here. That way I can get up and move around the helicopter, get in the door without worrying about falling out.
Then the rescue swimmer, who is also an EMT, descends into the water. How do you communicate at that point?
We'll typically use hand signals or he has a radio. So he decides everyone can come up in a basket. He'll give the signal like this saying, "I want the basket."
The open ocean doesn't play gently, says Notice.
Currents are a big thing. It might make it very difficult to get to the vessel or to get a survivor away from the vessel. Wind direction, how cold is the water? Could these people be hypothermic? It's an attitude of no quit. I'm not gonna quit. No matter how tough this gets, that is what gets you through the rigorous training.
Are there common things that boaters could be doing to prevent themselves from getting in the kinds of situations where you guys have to go out and effect a rescue?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, life jackets, personal flotation devices. Second, if you're going to be heading offshore, a radio capable of calling that Mayday on channel 16. And then EPIRBs, emergency position indicating radio beacons, phenomenal asset.
What draws you to this?
My dad's a New York City fireman, so it's pretty ingrained in me from a young age to helping people was the highest calling, and all the training that you've done, it's for that moment. It's to do the job in the moment that you're called to do it, and yeah, it's a phenomenal feeling.
Another aircraft is a beacon of hope on what could be the worst day of someone's life.
Our mission is really to take care of the most critically ill and injured, and then we take them to the advanced level of care that they need.
Maura Hughes is CEO of Boston MedFlight, which has transported 85,000 patients since 1985.
We are having our busiest year in our 36-year history. It's a combination of obviously COVID patients, but I am afraid that a lot of people have also, delayed their care.
Headquartered at Hanscom Field in Bedford, Boston MedFlight has bases in Lawrence, Mansfield, and Plymouth.
We're a nonprofit organization. Probably 80% of the helicopters flying now in the U.S. are run by for-profit aviation companies, but we are run by a consortium of Boston hospitals. They give us a subsidy every year, but then we have to rely on donations from the public.
All right, stand by 1 second and get you an ETA for an aircraft, okay?
Boston MedFlight has a fleet of helicopters, ambulances, even a plane. Working in these mobile ICUs requires vigorous training, as well as a lot of empathy, says Todd Dennison. He's Director of Safety, as well as a critical care paramedic.
Sometimes the patient's conscious and talking to us, and part of the care is caring for them. It could be holding their hand or helping them try to understand what's going on with them.
Meanwhile, the pilot must move quickly and smoothly, says Mark Honorato, Director of Aviation Operations.
We obviously look for people who have done helicopter air ambulance jobs in the past. Coast Guard, Air Force, Army, all have civilian counterparts. Even with a very good resume, there's a Boston MedFlight training program that every pilot has to go through. It's very well controlled by the FAA, monitored by the FAA.
I was just grateful for how fast they were, because time was critical.
In November 2020, 23-year-old Hanson resident Jessica Nyan had a stroke caused by an AVM, an arterial venous malformation.
I just couldn't believe that happened to me at such a relatively young age.
In the ER at Brockton Hospital, doctors realized they were running out of time, says Jessica's father, Greg Nyan.
The folks here told us it's probably an 8-minute flight from Brockton Hospital to Brigham and Women's. Even though it was a Saturday, we had to drive in, and the expressway going into Boston was like a parking lot. And if she had to go by ground and not a helicopter, she wouldn't have survived. No ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Wow, and CEO Maura Hughes says Boston MedFlight's vehicle and aircraft now carry blood products to help treat critically injured patients during transport. And back to the Coast Guard, the team we met says their pilots are some of the best in the world at stabilizing an aircraft during chaotic and dangerous situations. Flight mechanic Brendan Burnett says the record for a rescue was 26 people. The crew had to dump everything out of the chopper to fit all 26 people on board. Next, rescuing a river.